What's up, guys? The holidays are around the corner with Thanksgiving knocking at your door next week. If you haven't pre-ordered your Peking duck for Wednesday pickup, I suggest you do so. Thanksgiving, we are closed, but that's not even why I'm here. I'm here to tell you that if you do order a Peking duck or two, ask us to pack the carcasses for you. When you take them home, you can do a lot of things, but what I love is making a rich duck gravy. I'm gonna show you how.
Alright guys, we're going to start off with these ingredients here. Our classic mirepoix of carrot, celery, and onions, along with some mushrooms. A little out there for some people, but they add loads of flavor. If you're not a fan, just leave these out. We have a bouquet of sage and thyme, very much holiday flavors. Butter, better than bouillon, which is a far superior product than any of the powdered or cubed stuff. Of course, our duck carcasses, and what's not featured here, some all-purpose flour. Start by rough chopping your onion, carrot, and celery in large chunks. But cut your mushrooms a little finer because we're going to draw moisture from it and add some color. Set all your vegetables aside for later. Before we get into the gravy part of the gravy, we need to make a roux, which is fat and flour. Melt 2 sticks of butter and then start adding your flour. I'm going to be roughly using 12 tablespoons of flour, checking the consistency along the way. Add and mix, making sure it's smooth all while cooking the flour. It's going to smell incredible. If you ever have guests coming over and you always wanted them to say, "It smells so good in this house," just cook this for the compliment. I also wanted to mention that it's super important to cook out your flour. If you don't cook it, raw flour has a tendency to give your food a powdery texture on your tongue. That happens in gravies and some mac and cheeses if you ever experienced that. Plus, it's a safety thing. You definitely don't want to eat raw flour. And what you're looking for is a peanut butter consistency. Eventually, it'll look like this and you're done. This took about 10 minutes. Set this aside and return the pot to the heat. Do not clean the pot. All the leftover roux is going to turn into crispy bits of flavor. Add olive oil and saute your mushrooms. Give it some good color and cook some of the moisture out. Remove and set aside. Return your pot back to the heat and again, do not clean the pot. Everything will get loosened up, I promise. Add olive oil and the rest of your veggies. Give this just a little color. You don't need to go too hard on this because we have lots of dark flavor already with more to come. Throw in your bouquet of sage and thyme and add a teaspoon of better than bouillon. I'm sorry, I don't know why I don't have that recorded. Add 2 quarts of water and your beautiful duck carcasses. And bring this to a hard boil. Lower the heat so that it's still boiling pretty hard, but it's not so crazy that it's going all over the place. Place a lid on top and let it go for 45 minutes. Remove the bones and use a fine strainer to leave you with just the beautiful broth you created. Look at that. With a few spoons of mushrooms and a few spoons of the roux, bring this back to a boil. You're going to whip out your trusty stick blender, which is one of my favorite kitchen gadgets. Please get one of these if you don't already have one. They're highly useful and they're inexpensive. You do want to use this instead of your regular counter blender because we're going to need to cook this while blending to truly see the thickness of the gravy. The mushrooms will be blended, the roux will be mixed in. It's going to be a smooth gravy. If it's not thick enough, add half a spoon of roux at a time and blend. And for the mushrooms, you don't have to use all of it. I use about a little bit more than half, and I thought it was the perfect earthiness. But if you're a mushroom fanatic and you want to add all of it, there's definitely no crime in that. And remember, your gravy will get thicker as it starts to cool at the dinner table, so go a little thinner than you would prefer, and it'll be perfect by the time you use it. Gravy. Probably the most important dish at any holiday gathering. Dry turkey or stuffing? Gravy. Bland mashed potatoes? Gravy. Something overly salty? Gravy will calm it down. So please give this a try. Even if you're not hosting, make this and bring it. You will be silently thanked, and in your heart, you may have saved the holiday dinner.